having many people wondering, with summer approaching, summer here now, how are parents going to split custody of their kids, or how are they doing it in the age of coronavirus? Joining us to discuss, Amanda Cubitt from Sedona Law. And Amanda, we were just saying there are so many directions this could go in because there are so many, options and ways that this works or doesn't work. But hopefully people will figure out a way to make it work best for the kids, right? Which should always be the priority. So let's start just in general with how custody agreements were affected or are being affected by quarantine in general.
Yeah, so what we're seeing is anything from day-to-day issues such as sharing time with your kids, trying to work from home, kids not being in school, childcare issues to the unique summer issues such as who's taking vacation and when they're taking vacation with the kids.
So let's start with work from home, right? Because the schools are closed, the kids are all at home. Depending on the ages of the kids, you either do or don't need childcare. But if both parents have been working from home as well, I guess that's a quote unquote easier situation in some ways because at least people are all on hand to be able to kind of do that. But now with businesses reopening and one or both parents needing to go back to work, they're then faced with what to do with the kids as far as childcare goes. What are the rules in terms of how that plays in with custody agreements?
So custody agreements typically have a schedule that is in place, and that's how the parents share time with the kids. Usually that also addresses whether their kids are in daycare, how they're splitting the cost of that sort of thing. Otherwise, the default is when you have the kids, it's up to you to arrange childcare for them.
So let's say, though, both parents are here, right? One parent is comfortable with sending a child back to some type of childcare option at this point, whether it's a daycare, maybe it's at summer camp, and the other parent is not comfortable with that in terms of coronavirus and quarantine and how all of that plays out. What are the rights of each parent there?
As long as they're following the rules that are in place, the guidelines that the governor and the CDC have in place, they can kind of make that decision. Obviously, this is the first time that any of us are seeing issues like this, so custody orders do not address what happens when there's a pandemic. And unfortunately, with courts just now reopening, we really can't get that issue before a judge anytime soon. So it's up to the parents to communicate with one another and really try to do what's best for their kids.
To add an added layer there is, what if one parent lives a plane ride away, a far car ride away? Again, with things opening back up, I suppose that becomes more of an option now. But if you, say, missed your time with your kid because you were too far away to travel when things were more shut down for a lockdown, how is all that playing out?
That's an issue that's come up too. And yeah, now that things are starting to open back up, kids can, in theory, drive to visit a parent. And if that's still workable this summer, then I think parents need to comply with that order, consult with their attorney to see if there's a workaround if they have missed their time to still make that happen. Again, because you're not able to get before a judge. So it's really up to parents and their attorneys to navigate this unique circumstance that we're in.
Custody in the time of corona. Amanda Cubitt with Sedona Law. Thank you so much for weighing in, giving us some perspective there. Appreciate the time.